Yo, you logged into the One Show right here on Lifestyle TV. My name is Emma Fadika, and a happy new month to you all. May July be the best month ever. So 2025 resolution, we still have 6 more months to go. So this is the best time for you to start now. So on this show, we bring you all the latest updates in the world of music, celebrity lifestyle, entertainment, fashion, and everything trending in Ghana and across the globe. So you can join the conversation by sending a text to the numbers on your screen. So on WhatsApp on 0533 788 982. So over the weekend, our GH boys, they appeared in Paris, and guess what? The drip to the steez, it was all over the roof. So I'm going to have a conversation with Gyakie Lasmid and the biggest OK about this particular artist. We are going to celebrate them on the screen. So what I say? So let's go for a quick music break. This one is something we were all not expecting. Personally, when I saw it, I was like, ooh, this is the music industry and the movie industry coming together to give us something soulful. Coming straight from the Love Doctor, I'm talking about Aquabwa and Nadia Buari. They call this one Smile Again. I'll be back. Wow, this is something we all didn't see coming. So what I see now, my guests are in the building. Guy, what's up?
Yes, sweetie, I'm fine. How are you?
I mean, you're looking so good.
Yes.
Dripping it, anyways, guys, Guy clothed me from my head to my toe. The styling be free guy things. So then I'm a kind, flood his DMs with your request. So what I say, the biggest okay.
Yeah, what's up?
What was she?
Guy at the room in
Okay, so have you guys noticed how Ghanaian youth, are trying to take it back to, the olden way? I'm talking about the high life vibes, our old school way of dressing. So the question on table today is, what is driving Ghanaian youth back to the old school culture? I mean, before my guests come in, you can send, your suggestions, the numbers on your screens or on WhatsApp to 0533 788 982. Guys, let's start talking. Let me start with Guy.
Yes, MFA. So what do you want to know about the question? The topic, sorry.
Yeah. So the topic is, what is driving Ghanaian youth back to the old school culture?
Okay, well, for every trend, there's some sort of global influence to it. Okay. So I think the first reason is, the direction the globe is taking us to, as far as fashion is concerned. So the youth will always jump on what is going on, or the direction where fashion is taking us. So that is the number one reason for me. Secondly, I also think that whether we like it or not, there's some sort of music and pop culture influence. People want to look like, their idols, people they are looking up to and all that. That is why you see that, fans of Stonebwoy, Blackwell and all that will want to look like them. Third, also, I think also that the youth are people or group of people whom want to look rebellious and also look, different.
Rebellious.
Exactly. So if you look on TikTok, for example, you see the youth always creating something, out of anything they would find. Okay. So they would always want to look unique. And last of all, I also think that, there's this, thinking that, things from the past are authentic, are original. Okay. So if you want to wear something original, you just go back to
vintage.
time, and then wear vintage, So I think those 4 reasons are why.
So are you going to establish the fact that fashion never dies?
It never dies. Fashion is everything. It tells a story. It tells where you're coming from. It tells where you're going, where you're from, where you're at. It tells, without even telling a story. I mean, if you're shooting a video, you can use, the clothing to tell a story. So fashion is everything.
Okay, so I think I saw that particular thing with Blacko. Okay. So what I say. And there's one, up and coming who is also doing very well. I'm talking about RC. Okay. I had a one-on-one with him. Why are you laughing? I had a one-on-one with him, and then he was like, he picks most of his inspiration from, our legends back then. So I don't know how is it going to affect them, because we are moving into the global stages, right? And we are trying, especially Ghanaians are trying as much as possible to, represent the Western world. Yeah. So how are we going to blend or fuse the Western world of doing things with our vintage way of dressing?
Okay, I think, for everything that comes up new, you would notice that, everything on social media, people also put their own to it. So I mean, the way we can also sell ours is either putting ours up there or blending with whatever is going on. So if I see, let's say, this on social media is coming from the West, I can add, some beats to it to add an African touch to it. You understand? Yeah.
So Joseph, now let's talk music. How is it going to make sense that your dressing actually tells the kind of music you are doing?
Okay, so you know that with building a brand, the looks also matters.
Okay.
If you want to build a brand, a very sensitive and a brand that makes sense, what people see first is the looks you're putting out there. So what these guys are actually doing, and right now the genre that is taking us to the world that most of the young artists are doing, they're not even doing like the Afrobeats. Now most of them are trying to do high life.
Okay.
And so they think that it is better for them to touch roots with what they are inspirers.
I mean, high life is from Ghana.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So they are touching down to what their inspirers were doing, and then they are adding a bit of a touch to it. So you mentioned the name like RC,
yeah.
where he will tell you that he's doing something he calls burger plus sexy high life.
Okay.
You understand? So he's doing the burger high life, and those who were doing the burger high life, they were dressing like they were coming from abroad. They were looking like that's good. You understand? So it is actually going to not just represent our music, but also our sense of fashion as Ghanaians and where we have come from.
Wow. So the statement that music is art. I mean, we dress for the kind of work we do. Now here lies the case, we have lots of young boys looking up to this artist. So Black Sherif will dress for how he's going to perform on stage. Stonebwoy will also come out that way. Don't you think that the young people looking up to this artist are actually learning blindly?
Okay, so when it comes to learning blindly, some people will say it is relative.
Okay.
You understand? Because if you understand how the system works, you will know that these young ones even have their own sense of dressing before they even look up to like a particular Stonebwoy or Black Sherif or Sarkodie for whatever they are doing. You understand? In as much as, yes, we admit that they learn from them, and sometimes to the very extreme, because we can mention names of a few people who have learned from certain artists but have added their touch to it. Yeah. So it is not learning blindly from the artists, but it is also the knowledge they have about fashion and everything that comes with it.
Wow, interesting conversation right here. You can also join the conversation by sending, your ideas or what you think to the numbers on your screens. That's 0533-788-982. Now let's go for a quick music break. This one is coming straight from Techno, and he calls this one Power Bank. I'll be right back. So guys, welcome back. But I deliberately made a mistake. So this is why I want to see. Pick your phones and then send me a message. Tell me exactly where I made the mistake in the videos I played. And guess what? Guy say, so we are right. Obebro shada we die enyemi guy ankasa no say obebro shada. So to stand a chance of winning a shada from guy things, this is where you can get it. Just let me know where I made a mistake in the song. Now before we continue, let me read some some messages coming in from you guys. So this one says, hi, my name is Controller, please play me Stonebwoy, not again. And then someone also says, can you please play me Apeke by Kimpaluta? Ebe peke swama why me peke. Obviously say hello, I'm requesting for Lahore by Shali Poppy. And then this one says, good evening, I'm Enoch, please play me Tapali by Fancy Gadem. Let me read one more. This one says, hi, I'm Linda, please play me any of Black Coast's song. All are my favorites. We will do exactly that for you. Now let's move on. This is the my favorite part of the show, where we get to throw our artists. More artists now name dressing no guy ni okay Joseph omo de be momo woto. So what I say. So for our first artist and the first video of the day is coming straight from RC. We no or say agenda. Watch closely. Hey, they say the ways to work near where new. Oh, So when this is here, and you will attrem. Uni muso say uni agenda because agenda be our outcome into agenda no shey. Guy,
yes.
What do you think about agenda?
Well, agenda is a vibe. I'm telling you, like this guy has taken us way back to the 60s.
Yeah.
And if I look at the video, I mean, he gave us just one look, but I didn't get tired just watching this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, it gives me this vibe of the old Western and the old high life, right? Let's start from the top.
Okay.
Look at his cowboy hats.
Yeah.
It is the old cowboy American look. That is not Ghanaian. If you come down, you see, he gave us, the buttoned-up shirt with a patterned, vest on top of it.
Yeah.
When you come down, also he gives us, the high waist pants tucked in with a statement belt and a huge buckle that gives us, the old disco vibe. When it comes down, it gives us the. I mean, look, I just can't stop talking about the guy. When you go down, there's a white socks. He complemented it with the pointed shoes. Okay, this gives me the 1960s to 1980s vibe. And this guy is telling a story, and it is simple. It gives you a narration of what the Ghanaian youth's fashion today looks like. Okay. And you could see from his body language, he's very bold, very clean, very confident, and he's telling a clean and a simple story.
Joseph, what do you think about the music? Is it agendaing or it has agended?
Oh, the music there, it has already agended.
Break it down for us. Maybe what is agenda? What agenda there? Agenda there, fan dressing, like me, who correlation?
No, you see, when you listen to the lyrics of the song or the contents of the song, it tells a story.
Okay.
So it is telling you from where to where. Today we are less busy. This evening you shouldn't be busy. Let's meet up. And then agenda.
What is agenda? That is what we want to know. What is the agenda?
We'll have an agenda. You understand? But this is a pure high life song.
Yeah.
Where some people will say this is boga high life. So this is like a little bit transition from the high life we know to a more Western way of doing high life, like the boga high life. And it's a great song in general.
So previously we were talking about our artists, or the Ghanaian youths going back to the vintage way of dressing. Does this fit there?
Yes, perfectly, it does. I mean, I was going to say that earlier. If you look at him, he's young, he's also contemporary, but the fit from head to toe takes us back. Don't you want to dress like him?
I would love to.
I mean, it's as easy as that. Yeah, so
oh, wow. Guys, let us know. Send your messages coming in. What do you think about RC? Do you like his way of dressing? And agenda, we'll be in church, just a person will be in church, because agenda. The results in the room. Now let's move on to our next video. This one is coming in from IEC. Or say agenda ba no wa yeden no wa ware nti yenko ware mbra. Let me start with Joseph. What do you think?
Great music by IEC. Great. Like I said some time back that IEC, the Ghana music scene, we are not ready for him.
Okay.
Because the guy is super good. Okay. When we say somebody is good, IEC is good, and he has proven it through Yanwari.
Nti oh ya ko ware ana wa ware.
What's a
what's hanya mekan you know? Oh ya ko ware ana wa ware.
The gods are not to be blamed.
Guy, what do you think?
Yes, I like music videos in which you can easily tell a story. In the first look at where he's sitting, the people behind him and all that. He's trying to tell you that, in this high life thing, I'm the king of it, okay? And he gave us some local print, tight pants, the animal slippers, perfect. Yeah. The second image is what I want to talk about. I mean, he gave us, printed shirts and also a flared kind of trousers, okay? It gives me that 1970s Uncle Ebo White, Fela Kuti and other legends vibe. Those people like to have printed, shirts and then align it with some, pointed shoes. It looks like that's your uncle that will come to the house and give you fresh notes from the old times. So I mean, this also tells a simple story. I'm high life, I'm the king of it, but also I'm contemporary. I'm proud of where I'm coming from and where I am right now.
So,
Sankofa, yeah, we've always picked it up, so a good thing, yeah.
All right, guys, your final words.
Well, when it comes to fashion, explore, enjoy, and follow me on all social media platforms at the Real Guy Guidance Shop.
You can as well follow me on all my social media handles at OK Joseph.
Wow, and that's a wrap for this week's show. Thank you so much to my guest for joining me for today's conversation. That is Gyakie Things and the biggest OK. My name is Fadika. Let's keep the conversation going on all our social media platforms at Oneplay Africa. Also do well to follow me across all social media platforms. And a big shout out to all our GH boys that repped hard in Paris. Now let's wrap up the show with something good. So what I say? This one is coming straight from Rick Ross, and he calls this one For the Money. I'll see you all next week, same time with the same energy.
One play. Add class to your music.